that for most companies that are making tablets and phone, even the Chinese companies, they do not design the chipsets. Most of these chipsets are designed by American companies. Example is a company called MediaTek.
Yes.
When you go and buy this chipset, what most of the Chinese companies really do is package that chipset inside different products. So it is not really right to say maybe that an African company that is selling tablets is doing something different from maybe a Chinese company, because at the end of the day, most people depend on the chipsets that have been done by very few companies that are in Silicon Valley.
Yes.
So the difference is all about the packaging. But the problem why we do not necessarily build all these things in Africa is because we don't have a factory.
Yes.
So what the Chinese do is not really different.
Mm-hmm.
What they do is they package it, but the fundamental technology that is inside the tablet, called the chipset, is not made by any Chinese company. It's made by American company. So that is the difference.
Yes. Yeah, because you had this very big argument when the young Kenyan said that he's going, he did an ODM tablet, original device manufacturer tablet. So he came and said that he's going to launch this tablet. He said he didn't design. He looked for products, but the packaging he designed. But he's looked for chipset, he looked for equipment, the screen, and people told him that you need to have an RD of research and development of 2 years, 1 year to develop a tablet. And it was very kind of putting them down. And you have the same with the Encipher, you have the same with Congo, and they'll tell you the same with Vimy.
No, I think it's wrong. Thank you actually for bringing this to my knowledge. No one has necessarily told us that we do not have the reputation to sell our tablet, because Vimy is the fastest selling tablet in Nigeria. I mean, if you look at our website, we got a commendation letter from the Nigerian president, because in the seat of power, people use Vimy, because we don't sell it as a hardware. We bundle tabs, like the Nigerian constitution, it's in the tablets. We go to state government, we develop government-focused apps and build them inside the tablet so that they can actually run government efficiently. What the Chinese companies are doing is basically, I would say, what we are doing.
Yes.
The fundamental technology is the chipset. What they do in China is they package it. They buy that chipset, which is the motherboard, and put it into a container. You call it a tablet, any name you give it. For an African company, we don't have the money to build factory. But you could also design that structure and now find someone that can fabricate it in China.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. I mean,
yeah, the same thing with iPad. iPad, you have products from Samsung, you have products from different manufacturers, even a BMW, even a Mercedes-Benz. You get different products and then you bring a product of a design.
Yes. So basically, it does not necessarily mean today that you have to do everything yourself. And I think the people that feel that because they did not make every component in a tablet, maybe in Kenya, that is not a Kenyan product, is wrong. If you go to Brazil, they make one of the biggest airlines in Brazil, and none of the components is actually made in Brazil. What they do, they bring all these components and assemble them in Brazil. The whole understanding we need is getting to know how we can actually build things at the system level. It doesn't make sense to go and start building a microprocessor in Kenya and now start competing with Intel. It's not necessary. But you could have a very good understanding how the microprocessor works, and then using that microprocessor on other components, you could make a product. Encipher was actually the first local company in Nigeria that brought a tablet, and most likely the first company that brought tablet in Nigeria.
And in Africa.
It may not necessarily be a big thing, but what they did is exactly what the Chinese companies are doing. The only difference is that the Chinese companies have factories where they can produce all these things.
And they can produce them in mass because they have the numbers also. And you think, because, the Africans have, many Africans are moving away from the PC. They're leapfrogging the PC and going straight to mobile. Do you think that tablets can solve the desperation for mobile computing, for computing in Africa? Because tablets can perform much more than a mobile phone can perform.
Right. It's, I think because of the fact that tablets can optimize power better than laptops and desktop.
Yes.
There is a very huge gain and opportunity for people to use and operate businesses in the tablet domain. But the problem remains that there are many things you can't necessarily do with a tablet. You can't write software, you can't develop programs on tablets. We are already in the post-PC era. A lot of people are doing business on mobile. We are in the mobile ecosystem where many people just live on the mobile. But that does not mean that companies have to transition immediately, because you still have to build your business around making sure that you could have a laptop and a desktop in your company so that people can develop. You can't do those things in tablets.
So how much is the Vimy selling in Nigeria?
We sell a couple of thousands. And,
No. How much in
we have two different versions. One sells roughly $400, so Vimy Plus, and the other one sells $200, so Vimy Lite.
Okay, so Vimy Plus is the latest one, which was released in which month? You say April?
So what?
You say which month?
It came around May.
May this year.
Yeah.
So okay, so you find that the problem sometimes why the products are not selling is because you release a new version very fast just after you release the previous version.
If the products are very, very closely related,
yes,
that's a problem. But we made a product for the upper level of the economy it's a very expensive at $400. The other one is $200.
Yes.
So they don't compete. These are two different markets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. One is very, very affluent. The other one is just like for low budget people. So they don't compete in price.
Sorry, I'm gonna have to.
And why do you think that the Vimy tablet and the Encipher and things which come from Nigeria are only popular because of the critical mass in Nigeria? The Nigerians have the numbers. You have more than 150 million people in the country. Do you think that the tablet might be popular because of the numbers in the country?
I think let's look at it from the products, and they are very, very price competitive in terms of the foreign brands. I think that's the key.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
All right, no problem.